Welcome back, everyone. We're here with another recap of WHF taking on JOF, and this is a CWL invite clan as well that we faced. And this was a random match, as you can see from the war results. We did match up, and we decided to go no dip in this one, so that's a lot of fun whenever we do that. And a lot of great action. As you can see, WHF gets the victory 116 to 107. Got a bunch of hits here, and especially at the end, make sure you watch that one. You'll see a 12v12 that was a fail, but then came in with a little tweak to it and got the triple. So you don't want to miss that. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, and so we're going to start off here with the 10v10s, and the first one is going to be Dial's hit on number 37. So if we go and take a look at this base, Dial comes in with a Falcon, right? So I don't think I've covered a Falcon in any of the recaps yet, and the reason for that is because it can be a pretty difficult attack to kind of master or whatnot, but Dial does a great job of breaking the space down and kind of taking advantage of it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a Falcon. So what is a Falcon? Well, it's essentially a queen walk. You use the healers for the queen walk, and then you remember like kind of the miners where you kind of funnel one side, let's say this side, right? And the queen walks this way, and then you're going to have the Valkyries and bowlers are going to push their way into the middle, and then the queen is going to follow them behind. So a Falcon is all about the queen following the Valkyries behind into the middle of the space. He has a back end blimp to kind of take out a section where there's no air defenses, and so this section up here there are no air defenses, so the blimp and balloons will do a wonderful job. So let's go and take a look what Dial does here. So he drops at the very beginning, he drops the wizard to start it off because he knows he needs the time, so lets the wizard go. So then he drops the queen, right? So the queen gets dropped right here to take out this stuff, and as well as this layer stuff right here, so that not only the queen will kind of tank, but then the baby dragon wizard will create the funnel on the top side up there as the queen is going to move her way this way, right? So the baby dragon wizards are doing a nice job kind of clearing that section. So then the wizards and baby dragon are going to step up and grab this next defense right there of that archer tower. So that creates a nice job because of that. This section goes down, right? So the queen will be able to reach that gold storage. Since this section is going to go down, the Valkyries will not target this wall. They'll go from here to here inside the base just like this. Remember, Valkyries target the next closest thing, just kind of like a normal troop. So the queen's going to step up. It is one tile away, right? So the queen's range is, how do you know how far the queen can shoot in? Well, you have a normal defense like this, right? A normal, what is it, a 3x3? So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, right? That's a 3x3, and then here you go. That's how you know it's a 3x3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a 3x3. And then if the next defense is a 3x3 as well, or building, right? So this is a 3x3, 1, 2, 3, because you can kind of switch them out. If they're touching this layer right here, the queen can remove this. Remember, the center point's like right here. She can step up and remove anything that's in here, right? So anything that's like this. So if you think of it like one defense like this and one defense like this. But if you were to look on this side example, she would be able to remove this, but she can't reach that because it's one tile too far in. But if this was one tile further in and this edge was right here, she would be able to remove that. But that's how you know how far the queen can reach in. So the queen's going to create a nice funnel here. So she's going to walk this way, right? So if you can create a nice funnel with your queen to remove a section, and then you're going to drop your king to be responsible for over here, then you can send the Valkyries right down the middle of this base. So he does a nice job of creating that funnel. King's going to tank for the wizards to kind of, and then the whole point of this king is not only so he can remove this stuff on the outside, but so these wizards can step up and remove the next layer inside so that the Valkyries continue to go through the base, and they won't go like this and around in here because the wizards will remove this, right, the next layer. You want to try to remove as many as you can layer-wise as like the wizards or baby dragon and whatnot. So as you can see, he drops the rage. They're going to push their way straight into this base because all the defenses, like this one's down, not going to go there. All of this is down, they're not going to go over there. That's all down, right? That's all down. So they're going to push their way straight into the base like this. The CC also is a ground, has a witch, so it also help pull the queen and the Valkyries into the middle of the space. You got both single target inferno, so that's good. And so the king and wizard, they were working their way through here. Queen and Valkyries pushed their way in here. Got the blimp coming across, and it's going to remove the top side up there as you're moving through the base. The healer's going to transition kind of everything in the core. And very nice job done by Dial on this 10v10 hit. Very, very good. Got some Valkyries then. If you see where the Valkyries went, they went this way, this way, this way, right? So it can be a little wonky if this stuff, all this down here wasn't cleared, then they could have went like this way, here. You want to try to clear as much as you can funnel-wise, so you know exactly where the Valkyries are going to go. In this instance, the Valkyries went like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and so that was kind of their pathing, right? And so then the Queen was able to remove everything else kind of in between all of that. So as you can see, he has some back-end wizards and archers up top, pushing or clearing out the rest of the space here. And then he has some more Valkyries that are right there as well. So some of Valkyries split this way, and some went this way, right? So very nice job. Drops the archer for the corner hut and gets it done. The 10v10. Beautiful job with the Falcon. So here is the army composition if you're kind of looking for a Falcon type hit. Falcon type hits work really well if you can kind of if you can remove a whole side with a queen walk, and then you can remove a whole side with a king, and then you can push the Falcon straight into the base, just like that. So the next one that we're going to take a look at, and that last one was a fresh hit too, is going to be number 34 right here. And this was Rolex, and this was a fresh hit too. So let's go and see what he does here. So he's going to come in with an air attack. All right, so he got an air attack. Is it a Sui Lalo? Well, at the first glance, it doesn't look like it, right? Because he doesn't have a Skelly spell. Where's the Skelly spell? So that means he's not going to Skelly spell the Queen. But, hold up, is there any air defense protecting this Queen? No. All the air defenses are right here, right? So they're away from the Queen, okay. Where's the Town Hall? Town Hall is up here at 12. All right, well, that means you can essentially push your way into the Queen and take her out with like a Sui blimp, right? So what he does is he decides to send the blimp in with balloons and a dragon, and then that dragon will pop over the Queen, and it's a fresh hit, so he doesn't know what's in the CC. So he does have a poison. If he knew what was in the CC, which I believe there's a lava, he wouldn't have added the poison. So he's going to drop that, and then he's going to drop the poison, and then a rage in here to kill the Queen, right? The Queen's going to go down, right? And so all of this kind of section with the dragon and balloons is going to go down. So it's a beautiful job, a beautiful identification of the base. So if you're trying to think of would this be a viable attack on the base you're looking at, it would be if kind of two things, right? If the Town Hall is on the complete opposite side of the Queen, okay, you have a chance. And then two, is there an air defense? Oh, all the air defenses away from the Queen. So there are no air defenses by the Queen. So then this, yes, is a possible chance that you can do it. One, it will pull the CC, which is good. And two, it will kill the Queen as you're making the push here. So let's go and take a look at what he does. So he's going to drop the blimp first, I believe, or some funneling. Yeah, so he drops the blimp. So the blimp is going to go its way all the way to the Town Hall like that. It's going to follow that path. So then he's going to pop the blimp right over the Queen, right? So now the blimp is right over the Queen. He's got some back-end balloons to kind of help remove some of this as the blimp is tanking, right? So you're going to see him, one, drop the rage. And so, okay, so now he knows it has crossed the CC path. So there is nothing that will target air. So lavas will not come out if you send air into a CC, right? Lavas don't target air. So a lava, barbarians, Valkyries, balloons, goblins, none of that stuff, a golem, none of that stuff will come out if you send air into the CC range because it doesn't attack air. Only stuff that attacks air will come out of the CC. So let's go ahead and what comes out. So out comes the dragon. So does he end up dropping the poison? Doesn't even end up dropping the poison. One hits and then two hits. Down goes the Queen. Has some balloons, not only to kind of help clear the section, but then this Expo is stuck on the dragon tanking, so then these balloons can come in and kind of help clear that section as well. So look at the value that he got of just the blimp and one rage. Look at that. Look at, he took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the Queen, a blimp and a rage. Beautiful, beautiful job. He took out this whole section just with the blimp, and the dragon is still up. The dragon is still up after all of that. just a blimp in a range, great value. So if you see a base like this, definitely give this a shot. It can work wonders. And if you drop some minions over here as well, that can help start cleaning up. So then he drops his heroes to kind of, the king will go this way and clear that section. But I also recommend, right, so Rolex can do this next time. Always take an archer if you think the king is going to go inside the radius of the CC, right? So it looks like he might go down, depends, but if he gets close and triggers that lava hound, you want to have one archer to, let's say, drop over here or somewhere so the lava can fly to the corner of the base and stay away, and so the pups don't end up going down by accident. Because don't get stuck on the lava hound by accident. So the king is going to make his way around the space like this. See, the lava comes out. So now you want an archer to somehow pull it away, but he's got his queen up here, which is then going to cause the lava hound to go this way. So let's see where I think the lava hound will be fine because the king's going to stay up in time. But now comes the Lalo portion. So if we go ahead and kind of take a look at the base, right? So let's go ahead and break the base down. Let's break it like this way. So let's break it up into kind of sections, right? So what he did was, here was the kill squad, or the blimp. Took out this whole section, right? So now what are the sections remaining, right? So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, right? 3 sections remaining. And where are the sweepers? Sweepers this way. Okay, you have really no chance you're going to have to fight a sweeper. So you have really no chance. So what he's going to do is he's going to attack the base like this, and like this, and around the base like that, right? So if you kind of think of it, since he removed all of this, you got to come at the base like this, and around like that. That's why he has a haste spells right here to speed up everything through to get into that air defense, just like that. So in goes the lava hound. So you see, lava this way, lava that way to cover around the base, and everything is going to meet up to the core and push his way through. Didn't even take out a single air defense. But when you're fighting a sweeper, you have to be a little careful because the balloons can get... he could have probably dropped the haste a little further deeper so that when they got shot, they could get back in quicker. And so he drops the next haste to cover kind of all that, and then the balloons kind of meet up and does a great job on this hit by Rolex. Absolutely beautiful job here. As you can see, the lava and the balloon are still up on the king. The king never ends up going down. So, I mean, even an archer wouldn't have mattered because the lava hound would have stayed on the king the whole time. But now it's just a matter of cleanup and getting it done. Very, very nice hit by Rolex on number 34 nuke. As you can see here, let's go ahead and 4x this one here and gets it done. And this was a fresh hit as well. So you can see he didn't even need to use that poison spell. It was a fresh. Beautiful. And it was if you're saying, all right, let's go and take a look, right? So let's kind of just jump back in. If you're saying, all right, well, what if there's a baby dragon witch in the CC, right? Well, you could have dropped the poison in here, and the dragon probably would end up killing the CC. But let's say the dragon didn't kill the CC, right? Well, then you would draw it over the corner by the heroes, and then your heroes would kill it. So that's the other option if there was damage CC in it. Let's go ahead and take a look at 11v11 here, and this is going to be minors. And so, like I've been preaching of what is a good base and how do you decide to do a minor hit? Well, I've always said minor hits do really well when you have all the storage in the outside. All right, where are the storages? Storage is here, storage is here. Okay, where the other storage is? Storage is here, storage is here and here. All right. So, oh, and storage is right here. That means this is a good base. There are no storages inside the middle of the space, just the CC. So what you're going to see is you're going to see this rage spell be used in this area by the eagle and the CC. And then he's just got to create a funnel, right, with his queen walk and king down one side of the base and down the other side, and the miners right down the middle. So let's go and take a look. So the queen, I believe her objective, depends on where the king is going to get. So I think the queen's going to walk this way, right? So she's going to remove everything in this layer. Yep, and the king's going to remove everything in this layer. And then the wall wrecker coming straight across the base is going to tank for all the miners to come through. Right, so the queen's responsibility is to clear all this. The king's responsibility is to clear all this and the enemy king. And so as you can see here, out comes the CC. Well, he doesn't even have a poison spell because he doesn't need a poison since there's no balloon, right? And so this was not a fresh hit, so he knew what's in the CC. If he knew if this was a fresh hit, he would have brought a poison. But it can be a little sketchy if you do mass miners the first hit because it could be a like a dragon, Valkyries, or one of those CCs that can hurt miners pretty badly. As you can see, King is making a nice job here. He would have liked to see the King get on our King to take him down, but the miners got stuck on him. So as they go through, pops the Warden ability, moving his way through the base, just like this with the miners. Don't even need to worry about the lava because it's not going to do anything. Has the CC kind of pop and drops and out comes some more miners. And has the heal spells covering the base just like this. Very nice job by Hexagram on this mass miner. And then the Queen Walk is going to keep the Queen up through the rest of this base here. And so the King kind of got fizzled out there. He wasn't able to grab that or get any more. So then the Lava Hound's going to kind of get sent over to the Queen. And as you can see here, he drops the final heal spell in this area. Does still have the Queen ability. So the miners kind of were picked off there, but it was still a nice hit. It's a base that had none of the storages in the middle. So if you see something like that where no storages are in the middle, then it's a good possibility for a miner raid, right? As you can tell. But as the miners are moving their way through, Queen Steel's ability, no problem. The Queen will end up finishing this base off without even using pretty much her ability there. Nice job by Hexagram getting it done. So now the next one we're going to take a look at is kind of 2 hits on one of the bases, right? So we're going to be looking at, I believe, number 2. Wise Man did get the triple on a 12v12, but I hit this base first, fresh. So this wasn't a fresh hit for Wise Man. I hit it fresh. I didn't get it. I got the 1 star because my troops and Warden kind of went the wrong way to the Town Hall. And you'll see how he adjusted his hit. So before we go ahead and take a look at that, we'll go ahead and take a look at my first hit right here, right? And so this was my first hit, right? So I didn't get it. I got the 1 star because the Town Hall stayed up. But you'll see what I do, and then you'll see what Wise Man does to kind of make those adjustments to get the 3 star. So what I was like, all right, it was fresh hit. I was like, all right, well, what can I do? So I had no idea where the tests were. I didn't know what's in the CC. I had no idea any of that. So what I decided to do, I decided to drop the Queen over here with some Giants to remove this section right here, right? I was thinking, like, all right, well, if I remove all that, that could be nice because I noticed all the air defenses over here, right? So one, all the air defenses. Do you remember that raid that we just showed with a Town Hall, the Town Hall 10 with none of the air defenses were next to the Queen, right? So there are no air defenses over here, meaning we can potentially send a blimp and dragons into her, right? So that's exactly what I did. I was like, all right, well, if I can remove this so when I start my pathing, I don't have to go this way. But then I noticed, like, the sweepers were pointed this way, right? And the other sweeper was pointed this way. So here, let me kind of actually draw the sweepers. Whatever. It'll be good enough. So the sweepers are pointed that way. So that means I was like, all right, well, air defenses are here. I was like, if I were to fly in from this way, right? Air defense, air defense, air defense, essentially like this way from behind the sweepers and go this way, that would help because then I didn't have to fight a sweeper. So I was like, all right, so what about all of these defenses over here? Well, then I thought to myself, that's why I decided to use my Queen over here to clear this stuff. I was like, all right, so out of the section that my balloons wouldn't cover, my Queen would be able to remove all of this. Okay. Then I was thinking, if I send my blimp over here, then I would be able to, 1, kill the Queen. I'll also be able to kill the CC that comes out because I do have a poison. It's going to be a double dragon. So I'll kill that. Maybe I'll get some more of these defenses. So with that push, the Queen and the blimp, I will remove this, the Queen, I think the Expo. Okay. So I was like, all right. Oh, and this Arch Tower. So that accounts for those defenses. I still have this one and all these guys down here. How do I get rid of those? Well, I thought to myself, let me drop a haste right here. And then as the blimp is making its way tanking, I'll drop 3 balloons, right? 3 loons into here, here, and here. Then that goes down. Okay, so the 3 loons will take out this, this, and this, right? And the blimp is coming in. And I was like, all right, well, this is going to start hitting the blimp. Let me drop another balloon here. All right, so that's going to take care of this, and then I'll probably end up taking that down as well. All right? So this whole section will end up going down from that kind of that initial push. All of this will go down, plus the CC and the Queen. Okay. And I was like, all right. So if you watched my previous video, I also mentioned if you could take out a mortar like this so that balloons can directly target defenses, that'll be good. Because otherwise, what's going to happen is if you drop all your balloons, like all your loons here, they're all going to like bunch up here and then bunch up here, bunch up, bunch up, bunch up. You don't want that, right? What you want is you want to take this out, so that they go from here to here into the base like that and work in a nice path. So, okay, so I was like, all right, so I dropped a balloon and a minion on here to take that out early. Then I was like, all right, let me drop my king over here. So I dropped the minion over here too to clear this so that my king can go this way and around. I wanted my king not only to tank this archer tower, but then also to tank this wizard tower as he walked around this way and take some of these shots. So I was like, okay, so the queen's going to remove all of this. The blimp and the dragon and some of the back end balloons are going to be responsible for all of this, and the queen and the CC. And I would take this out, and then the king's going to be responsible for tanking. And I was like, all right, now I'm going to drop the lava hound. So I'm going to go this way into the base like this. Like, so go boom, 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 and move my way around the base. But the mistake that I did, right? So the mistake I did is I dropped my warden over here. He's pretty far away from this town hall. So that the warden, yeah, he followed everything through here. He kind of struggled to keep up, but that wasn't good. What I should have done is drop my warden over here. What Wise Man did, because he's learned from my attack, and then the warden stayed with the clump of balloons that got close to the town hall. You'll go ahead and see it. So let's go ahead and play the replay after I kind of broke it down and explained it here. So you'll see what I do. I dropped the balloon, and I dropped the minion. The purpose of that, remember, was to, all right, so let's get that, that'll go down. The purpose was to create a direct path into this cannon and a direct path into that archer tower. That was the whole point, right? So let's go ahead and play the rest of it. So I dropped 2 giants to tank for the queen so she can... So I didn't know there's a Tesla there. So I was like, oh, cool, there's a Tesla. Oh, there's also the skeletons that popped up. So anything that... This was a fresh hit, so I had no idea what was going to come out of this base or what was going to happen. So these replays will show you kind of how you can take an attack and just make small tweaks and get the 3-star. So I dropped the minion. I was like, all right, well, I think that this minion can help kind of clear. So I dropped the haste first so that the blimps don't get the benefits from spells. So the spells don't affect blimps, right? The blimp's not going to move any faster. So I had 3 balloons come in behind and here and take all this out. And then out comes 2 dragons. I was like, oh crap, 2 dragons come out and I got 2 dragons. Can my 2 dragons not only take out the queen, these 2 dragons, but then they're going to get hit by an expo. They're going to get hit by so much. I was like, uh-oh. So I dropped 2 dragons, right, out of the blimp, and in they go. But the queen and the dragons are under a poison, so that helps slow them down quite a bit. So you can see that with the queen removed all this. These balloons came in and are removing all this, and the dragons are now responsible for all of that. So the dragons are going in. Dragons are took out the queen, took out the expo, took out the enemy dragon, and as we go through the base, now I start the Lalo. Right, in goes the 1 hound. So the 1 hound's going to go like this, right here, and another hound like that, because I was like, all right, I think that 2 of them one will tank some more of the multi-target Inferno shots, but then as they get through, let's see where I dropped my warden. Oh, did I not drop the warden from here? Where did he end up? Oh, yeah, he is right here. Okay, so I did drop him over there. So as they're making their way through, and I also made a mistake. If I dropped too many balloons on this side, I think I dropped too many, so then they all clumped up right here. So I was like, uh-oh. And then I realized, I was like, oh shoot, there's a Tesla farm up here. I didn't know where any of the Tesla farms, right? There's a fresh hit. So then my warden ends up following this way. I was like, I can't do anything. My warden's too far back. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. And so like I didn't even use his ability. I could have, but he died before I was able to like use his ability anywhere kind of useful. And so then the balloons is like, oh no, they all kind of path around this way, and then they go in this way, and it was kind of all whacked up because of this little channel that's right here. There was no Tesla to bring them to the town hall. I was like, shoot. So it was obviously a fail. But we'll go ahead and watch Wise Man's small little tweaks and how he got the triple. So let's go ahead and bounce out of that one. So let's go ahead and take a look at Wise Man. So Wise Man sees what I did, and he's like, oh, okay, I can make a small little tweak. And what he decides to do, he doesn't drop the king over here. There's no value right there. I thought, okay, maybe there were some Teslas, could have been. But he was like, all right, let me do the same thing. The queen over here, do the minion on this, and he sends his king up here to clear this section, right? Very nice adjustment on that one. Queen's going to do the same thing, so let's go and take a look at it. So he drops the balloon, or does he drop 2? Or yeah, he does the exact same thing. 1 balloon and the minion to take it out. Drops the 2 giants and queen. Right, so if he sees the exact same troops, takes out the same value, copy the hit, right? So he decides to drop the king up here to grab the value right there. So Wise Man makes a little adjustment there, so that's a very nice job. I love the adjustment there. Beautiful. And so So let's go and see what he does next, right? So he's going to do the same thing with the blimp, the 2 dragons, and the kind of the balloons behind. He drops the haste in the very beginning, just like I do. Has 3 balloons go there. He has 1 balloon goes here. He's literally copying the hit, which is what you should do, guys. You should take your clanmate's hit and just see if you can make small little tweaks and get it done, right? So in goes the dragons, takes out the queen, takes out the dragons, and does he take out the expo? He does. The splash damage from the dragons does a lot of work. Doesn't end up taking out this wizard tower, but the queen ends up stepping up this time. So he pre-drops some hastes. That's what I didn't do. So he pre-drops some hastes. And so in goes the lava hound, balloon, so they direct target these defenses, right? He doesn't drop his warden here. So they're going in, and they're going in. And now this is the area where he drops the warden, right? That's where I should have dropped the warden, right? So that because of this channel that's right here, these guys are going to go this way, and then the warden's going to follow everything that's right here. That's the mistake that I didn't do. I should have done, but very nice adjustment by Wiseman here. As you can see, pops the warden ability. Look at this. He still has a haste and a heal spell left for this base, and the lava's still up. Look at what that adjustment does to this base. A small little adjustment, but absolutely overwhelms it. Beautiful job by Wiseman. Absolutely love the adjustment you did on my failed hit and turned it. So that means my hit was close, but I made one small little mistake about where I put the warden, where I put some spells, and I could have gotten it, but mine was a fresh hit, so I had no idea where the Teslas were. And that's why if you can send a Town Hall 10 at a base to get a scout, that's wonderful. If the Town Hall 10 can get a 2-star on a Town Hall 12. But this was a no dip, and we decided, all right, it's not like an official like League War, so we're kind of going to get the practice and whatnot. So Wiseman cleans up my mistake. Very, very nice job. But yeah, so that one is going to finish up the recap here. As you can see, WHF did get the victory in this no dip, 116 to 107. Very nice job. Jay off, and we will definitely be seeing you later in the season for Invite. Good luck each and every week, and yeah, thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead, if you have not already, click the subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know each time when I do upload a video. And yeah, if you guys want to watch the live streams, the link will be down and below over on my Twitch channel. So I hope to see you guys there, and you all have a great day. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.